Sadly, there's really nothing to eat here in the town, so the most logical thing to do is escape from famine with a bus ride to San Antonio de Ibarra. Let's see what the heck's going on. By this point, I'm really hungry. For $2, I had an incredible, amazing meal. This is the first restaurant near the bus where it dropped me off, and I just can't resist. I'm hungry, so let's check this out. Soup, popcorn, and a drink. Looks good to me. It's not cold, but it's fresh. I don't know what this is, but it tastes like a small version of Korean rice cake. Very natural. There's not much of a seasoning, but the meat is very tender, you know what I'm saying? San Antonio de Ibarra is located just 6 kilometers away from Ibarra and was once a small town like many others, until it became famous for wood carvings. In fact, the tradition has been preserved for hundreds of years by the local artists. Today it's considered a capital of wood artisans. The artist here is actually working on these structures, and it's actually really time consuming. Sometimes it takes from 15 days to 1 month to complete each one of these works, and it's truly a labor of love. Approaching the Central Park here at the San Antonio, and it's surrounded by wood carvings, sculpture, because this city happened to be most famous for its wood carvings. There's another one right there. So I'm going to check it out. Maybe there's some gallery or something like that. The wood carving is extremely important to the local economy and create many employment opportunities through the many of these workshops and galleries set up surrounding the plaza. One of the must-see and the most famous free galleries is run by the most well-known pioneer artisan, Luis Potosí. Here is where you can admire some of the lovely works by this artist that includes fine decorations with Inca-inspired themes, religious imageries, and many other artifacts that makes it a great decoration for your home. All these are actually handmade, and the gallery owner is actually Luis Potosí, and I don't know how much time he put into doing this, but it's pretty impressive. You can just buy them actually, like I said, it's not that expensive. And oh, look at this, maple leaf. Makes me remind me of home. Muchas gracias.
Yeah. Bye you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Have fun. It looks really nice over in the area actually, so I hope it's still going to be the same like it. This shouldn't be more than like 10 minutes bus ride actually. So this is actually pretty common, where musicians or candy sellers get on the bus, try to sell stuff and things like that, which is really interesting. So what I'm going to do is give them 50 cents. It might not sound a lot to us, but to them it actually means a lot. So why not? Muchas gracias. Why not? They work hard. In fact, it's right across. There's a big commercial, like a little outlet market. The bus dropped me off right across from somewhere where you get great deals, especially deals on shoes, and more shoes, and more shoes. You got the idea. We do think that you should call it a shoes market because there's more shoes, inside shoes, outside shoes, there's shoes everywhere. It's really crazy. Now, I think honestly, take a look at my shoes. I think I need to get a new one. But there's always some room for pirated DVDs, including this program right here. Given I'm on a budget, I had to painfully suppress my lust for shoes. I'm hoping for God's mercy on my soul. Luckily, the Basilica of Our Lady of Mercy is really close by. The main facade of this place of worship is formed by Gothic and Romantic elements. As a relevant example of ancient art is the main altarpiece or Baroque style in gold leaf that in the center of the house houses a sculpture of Our Lady of Mercy. At the bottom of left eave stands a life-size crucifix that comes from the chapel of Hacienda de Pesio. Adjacent to Basilica is Ibarra's main plaza and park. Basically, by this point, I have enough of both church fatigue and plaza fatigue. Both are beautiful, but I think I had enough. Honestly, it's time to go home, but if you're hungry, there's lots of inexpensive street food along the way to the bus terminal, along with more markets. But right by the bus stop, there's another market actually. If you do have time, really come and check out. But honestly, I really need to catch a bus back to Otavalo. So the reason I'm actually heading back to Otavalo so early is because after 6, the Intercity bus terminal started to close down, and the bus to other cities from here is very limited. Make sure to have 15 cents ready because it costs 15 cents to get into the terminal. That being said, our bus should be one of them. Let's get going. So you see this? Otavalo, that's definitely our what's called a bus. So let's get on.
Bienvenidos.
Yeah.
Bienvenido.
He's really cool. He's really cool. Here we go. This ride takes roughly about 45 minutes. It's roughly about 20 kilometers away. Welcome back to Otavalo. Oh yeah. So it's almost 7 o'clock. So what I'm going to do is by taking all the bus back home. I'm back at the station, so I'm ready getting to leave for Quito. But we'll make a surprise stop. We're going to go to see another center of the world. Oh, Cayambe right here. So right here you see Cayambe. That's the bus we're going to get on. Let's go. So the bus is leaving right now, and the reason we are stopping at Cayambe is because it's on the way to Quito. And there's like the real center of the world. I have to go and see. Once you arrive, just walk a block towards the main street. From here, there's frequent buses towards Quito. Tell the driver you want to get off at Quitsato Sundial. It's only 6 kilometers away, so the ride shouldn't take more than 15 minutes. Most likely, get ready for another round of live music. It does get annoying sometimes, but I'm so used to it. Well, I don't think I need to go to see a concert. get one almost on every single bus.
Even your GPS,
It shows the latitude of 0000. Now, there's a lot of places claim to be the center of the world, but this sundial claims to be the most accurate, of the most accurate, of the most accurate. Now, that is super cool. Right down there is the actual line of the equator to 1 millimeter accuracy.
and also the ancient people in the world, they knew about this because this was a need for them to establish the agricultural calendars, have a social organization, religions, everything. This monument, as you can see in this picture, which is even near Quito, is not on the line. It's 270 meters outside of the equator, where actually, thanks to the satellite technology, GPSs, smartphones, it's very easy to prove where is located the real one. That's why when the people come here, they didn't from the smartphones or GPSs, 1 millimeter precision over this line.
All right, so on the other side, a little bit more sunlight actually. We're going back to Quito right now, and the bus is right across from the street from here. This is really convenient.